Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Hey, little kind of like ask you guys a question type. You ever made plans and really worked hard at making plans?
And they don't turn out the way you wanted.
And
they don't turn out the way you wanted them to.
Exactly. If anybody has followed our channel for a long time, you know, we plan a lot of stuff ahead of time, especially when it comes to vacations, going up to the tiny house.
Which we probably won't do this year.
If we do, we're only going to guarantee one day, and that's going to be it. Basically, that's going to be it for us because our schedule's just not allowing it to go up there for 2 days and that. But unless somebody's schedule change, then we'll salvage it. But with our schedules, it probably won't be salvageable. But hey, that's when you plan stuff, it doesn't work out, right?
Yep.
Okay, just like our vacations. Back in 2016, when we started sharing our vacations with you guys here on YouTube.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Remember those fluke winds, that fluke storm that we followed in that video? It kind of delayed, it had created similar type winds that we had here back in August of 2020, the Derecho that we had here.
That's scary too.
Yep, that was our trip to Cedar Point, and we didn't see a whole lot of damage. But when we got to town, we heard a lot of damage to up to Lake Erie area and out towards Cedar Point, and that what caused the Cedar Point to close for one day, and it just threw our whole plans down.
Vacation off.
It threw the whole plans down the toilet because we were supposed to do a meetup back in Chicago.
Did not happen.
Did not happen because we had to cancel that because we needed our 2 full days at Cedar Point, and so we couldn't. And either way, if we even stayed we was not going to make it anyway.
Right.
So
Which we did not.
So we had to hurry up, make phone calls. I mean, off camera, we were making phone calls.
He was.
I was making phone calls like crazy. I said, we can't make it because we're delayed out here in Cedar Point.
And everybody goes, go ahead, go to the museum.
Yeah, they
first.
said we spent too much money on it, so we got to go there. And you know, when you only spent a couple $100 already, you better go and just make up that time. But it made somewhat a fairly good video, I think, but unfortunately that plan went down the drain real fast because it was weather related and there's nothing we can do about it. I know one year, this is long before we started, before there was such thing as YouTube, Angie and I, we were planning to go out to Adventureland back in I think it was Memorial Day weekend in either 1999 or 2000.
Yep.
Basically, it was Memorial Day weekend. Weather was forecast.
It was cold.
Well, the forecast leading up to the weekend promised to be upper 70s, all the way up to the day of the forecast. But no one. But that was for a home forecast. That was the home forecast. But then we learned that the home forecast was totally wrong. But when we got out to Adventureland, I figured it was going to be like 70 degrees, 70, upper 70s, low 80s. Be a one-home. Wrong. Yeah, because we had to spend extra money for sweatshirts. So we had to wear some heavy-duty sweatshirts. I was cold riding those roller coasters back then. At time they only had 3 of them. It was actually they still had the. I think it was the final year of the Super Screamer. If I'm not mistaken. I think it was the final year of the Super Screamer. It was a Galaxy Pinpari type coaster with the Tornado Outlaw and the Dragon looping coaster. That was that's all they had for roller coasters at the time. And but it was cold riding those roller coasters. And Angie goes, "You want to ride a water ride?" I go, "No, you kidding me?" It was. I don't think you got out of 50-degree temperature. I don't think you got up to 55.
It wasn't. We were cold.
And actually, because it was so cold, that was the first time we actually left the park early because we were that cold.
Yep.
And reason we left early because everything was literally a walk-on.
It was.
For Memorial Day weekend. So that didn't go well. The trip was okay. Weather-wise, it was terrible because we had to spend money out of pocket, which we didn't plan to do, but we had to do it anyway to stay warm, right?
Yes.
So that was midway successful trip, I would say. Weather-wise, it sucked at the time.
Yep.
Okay, what did we do in 2017? We didn't do much in 2017.
I can think of another one.
What?
Going to a ball game when we were promised tickets and we did not.
Oh, that's right. That was going to Fort Wayne. To Fort Wayne, Indiana. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is long. Like I said, this is another thing. It was long before YouTube. We were promised ball tickets, and also we were promised some cheap hotel room with the team, and it never turned out to be. Basically, because they didn't do anything like that. We had to pay extra out of pocket for the hotel. We had to pay extra pocket out of. Actually, no, we drove home that same night.
We drove home. The hotel was when the Mallards were out there.
Okay, yeah, we stayed at the hotel when the Mallards was there. But when we followed the Mallards out there, that's when we had the money. But we didn't really plan. This is when Angie and I together. We didn't plan our money very well. So financial was poor planning on our end. Which it was poor planning on our end because I'll tell you why. We're not late for the rent up here because we were not living up here at the time.
We were living for the other place.
We were living at the other place, the south end of town, and we were late paying rent. And we was told you can pay at least 50% now, pay 50% later, and you guys still have a roof over your head. And I said, Angie, we better pay 50% now and 50% later. And
we did.
And I said that's a trip we should never went because the cost of that trip was the other half of the rent. And that, so that was the time rent was relatively cheap for us at the time. It was like $250 a month, so it was pretty cheap. But I knew the trip was ill-advised and we should have never gone, but Angie was hell-bent to go because she was believed that she got free tickets, and I knew financially we were not ready to go. So after a long way home and talk about how we're going to pay bills and all that stuff, that's when we learned bills comes first before pleasure, right? Mm-hmm. You save for pleasure. You save up for your pleasure and do your bills first, right?
Yes.
So that we learned...
the hard way.
Yeah, we learned the hard way. Almost cost us a roof at the time. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was in 1999.
Yes.
1999 or the summer of 2000. I think 2000. It had to be 1999 because it was your old car we went out that way, didn't we? Yeah, it was your old Honda that you used to own. Hard to believe we used to own vehicles at one time. Why we don't, I don't know. Because a YouTube channel is a fail? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, like I said, on the most recent ones, like in 2020 with the pandemic situation, that forced us to change our vacation plans. It went very well. We booked very well. We saved up. Because we had the COVID unemployment, so basically... Like
I said, some trips work out, some don't.
Well, this worked out to a point, except the second day on the twilight. We knew we was going to hit some rain coming home, but we didn't know the rain was going to last all day since departure. Since we got up that morning and we left Dubuque to head back to LeClaire downriver, we didn't know we was going to hit mostly rain from Bellevue on down. And we were delayed at Bellevue. We were delayed at Lockdown 13. We were delayed at the South Bridge. And I think we were delayed just trying to get into port. Down
I believe it was.
But yeah, we were delayed because we had a battle, a little slight gust of wind, basically. So we were delayed getting into the port. But otherwise, the trip, that Twilight Riverboat was pretty good. Beautiful day going upriver. I was hoping to have the same type of day going downriver.
But it did not work out.
It did not work out weather-wise. Then, of course, the rest of the trip was heat. Hot. And luckily for us, we decided last minute to throw in, because there was no baseball vlogs in 2020, because baseball was kibosh because of the COVID. I said, what can we do to have baseball theme related stuff?
Well, that's when we went to the Field of Dreams.
And we went to the Field of Dreams. For the ones who have not seen the video of Field of Dreams, just Google Field of Dreams
guys,
on our channel, and you
There's
can find it.
a Major League game coming this year and a minor league game.
Up there at the Field of Dreams,
Yes.
right? That's cool.
Do you know who the minor league game is?
Who?
Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids Colonels. No wonder they call
We're
them.
not going. Our tickets are
No
too
wonder
high.
our Rocket calls them the corrupt team in the Midwest.
Yep.
Okay. Then, of course, wonderful 3 situations in last year's vacation. Was shown has been well documented here on the channel. You wonder what it is. Well, what it is. Okay, here's what it is. Our Amtrak train ride started out late, which we were kind of expecting.
We all
in a
knew
way.
about that because they never run on time.
Yeah, we all knew about that. Yeah, that's right. Angie goes, yeah, but they never run on time. We booked it, just anticipate of a late. When we decided when we booked it, we was originally going to California, but because of the restrictions at the time of booking, and we need to book now, book early to get the best deals. Basically, that was it. That's how we got the cheap rates at the hotel rooms in Vegas. That's how we got the cheapest rates possible by booking early and all that stuff. Well, just all the planning can go perfectly, but just as they started executing, that's when our plans gets off the rails, literally off the rails with Amtrak, basically. Reason we ran late because the train ahead of it hit somebody, so they got delayed, and they had to give the green light. They have to battle or some form of green light to have our train to bypass around the other train to
Yep,
go
I
around
remember
it.
that.
So our train ran about 20 minutes late because they had to get the green light to go around it, to have the clearance to go around it and pass it. So when our train arrived, and our room attendant did give us a nice reservation for dinner, but on hindsight 2020, I wish he would have delayed it for another half hour because we barely had, less than 15 minutes to get situated in our room before we went down to dinner in reality
And
of that
everybody
video.
wanted to see us, on the front Madison cam.
but the
Well,
problem-
they had the old camera, but now they had
But the problem is, our main course was delayed because everybody was ordering appetizers, and I think we should have gotten an appetizer, but I wasn't really that hungry because we had kind of had a big lunch prior to the boarding. So that's why we just showed the one meal. The meal on the Amtrak was fantastic.
Delicious.
Basically. Oh, by the way, time you watch this video.
It's been a year.
It'll be almost a year. I'd like to see that video get up to 1,800 views before July 19th. Reason July 19th was it was a premiere video. We filmed it on the 12th of July last year. That's when we left. But we didn't premiere the video till the following week. And I think we were just back home when we premiered it, I think.
No.
We were someplace else.
We were in Vegas.
We was in Vegas. We was in Vegas at the time we premiered it. We was in Vegas when we premiered it. So we had to miss part of our vacation in Vegas just to do the premiere with you guys, to ask any questions and all that stuff. And of course,
We were at the In-N-Out Burger.
yeah, that's right. But then on our last day at Vegas, not knowing that I kind of accidentally left the lights on the original rental car that killed the battery, and we had no access to the because it was one of those handles that covered the keyhole for some reason to make it aerodynamic on the handle, so we couldn't have access to the doorway to unlock it, so we can have the pop a hood and have somebody give us a jump. That's why we had to call AAA, and AAA came in. They took that little thing off. Then they got the hood up. They jumped it, and they recommend that we go out and exchange the car to the airport to exchange the car, just to guarantee that we had a safer car going home, because they were afraid that it was not generating enough electricity for the rest of the components to work, and it failed if we went to the destination and it didn't get completely charged and we turned it off, it would probably not restart again. So they told us exchange it and that. Then, of course, off camera, I don't think you probably remember you guys heard about this one. Our last hotel room in Altoona. That was a fiasco.
Oh, gosh.
And we didn't have nothing. It was out of our control. Just that our hotel person decided to give our hotel reservations
To somebody else.
with the same last name. Not the first name, same last name. And I said, that's not me. Who's this Albert Anderson? Then it took us, it was a 2.5 hour fiasco. because we left Adventureland early. We kind of did a sneak peek at Adventureland. We went right to Adventureland, do a sneak peek. We left Adventureland to go check in. We barely had enough time to get the walk around Des Moines done, but we had somewhat kind of cut that short too because of that fiasco. That fiasco at the Super 8. It was just terrible. It was a terrible fiasco. We didn't get to our rooms till almost well past 6:30, and we were supposed to be checking in at 4. Which we were there just shortly after 4, but it was such a fiasco. 2.5, 3 hours. I mean,
Well, he was making phone calls, and the girl goes, "Still looking into it." I said, "Okay, he's still out there."
But I had to call corporate, and basically I had to deal with corporate and all that mumble jumble stuff. But yeah, like I said, don't matter if you're doing YouTube or off YouTube. For us, you guys probably have the same problems yourself. Leave down comments down below if you guys have got the same issues. But sometimes, like I said, when things goes planned as well as we planned as best we could. Now, this year's vacation, what could go wrong? Well, first thing is, I have never taken a vacation during the late fall, early winter, so it's going to be a new experience.
Yes, and we're not going where it's hot or humid.
That's right. Well, it'll be warm,
But
not
not
hot.
humid.
Not hot, not super hot.
Yep.
It'll be, well, remember, going back to the dry air. We're
Dry
going back, dry heat, dry air, dry heat.
But
But
not
then-
as hot.
But it'll be more moist because it's more of a rainy season time we get down there again. But what could go wrong this year? Well,
Guys, we could have a snowstorm.
we could hit a blizzard going to the Rocky Mountains, an unscheduled blizzard. We could be right under. We
He's
could
like,
be.
I don't want that. I want to see the Rocky Mountains. I never seen them.
Yeah, we couldn't see him on the way home because we were delayed coming out of. That's where that car rental issue we had a problem with the battery going dead. It cost us some of our Rocky Mountain Drive, basically, and detours. Detours, holy crap! I never saw so many detours.
Neither have I.
But yeah, we'll be driving through the Rocky Mountains. Just like I said, it'll be our first vacation in late fall, early winter. So what could go wrong? Well, icy weather could be one of our biggest concerns going out because we're kind of staying along Interstate 80 going out until we hit Interstate 76, and then we cut over down to Denver. Then we hit on 70 to our hotel room. And after that, we'll be on 70 through the heart of Rocky Mountains. That's where we could hit our blizzards, snowstorms, and whatever could happen among the Rocky Mountains. We could, since we're going past ski resorts, there could be a gust of wind blowing that fake snow back on the highway or something like that.
Never know.
You never know.
I don't want rain like last year.
And that.
Those detours.
Yeah, those detours and all that stuff. And what's going to be on the other side of the Rocky Mountains will be wind conditions because remember what I said, remember that one section of either Utah or Colorado where it looks like we're driving on Mars? Well, it could be a dust storms that time of year.
Utah.
That was in Utah? That was in Utah, okay. When we looked like we were driving on planet Mars. Oh, we arrived on Mars, okay. Because
Was the windstorm? That was Utah.
Yep, yeah, we hit a little windstorm with that. I don't think we vlogged it.
No, we did not vlog it.
No, but yeah. Then what could happen in Vegas? Well, where I've been telling you guys, anything can happen in Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, but the problem is what's happening in Vegas could leave us to make us stay in Vegas permanently. That means we'd be something like that could happen. That's another thing. It could happen. There's a possibility we could never make our destination. There's a possibility that our YouTube videos can come to an end because something happened to us, both of us, during the
Never
travel.
know.
You never know. Like I said, life is not guaranteed from here on out. As we get older and older and older, and with more stuff getting crazier and crazier out there, the things can go wrong along the way that could say, Chuck and Angie's not with us no more. Something happened to them. What happened to them? They had gotten in a bad accident and they didn't survive or something like that. That always could be, that's always in the back of our minds when we go out anywhere, including if we go down the street, walking down the street to a ballpark. Just anything can happen along the way in that. So no matter how well you plan it, how you secured it, it's the execution of it. Hopefully go safe. And when we come home, we're coming home the southern route, what they call, the truckers calls it the southern route. If you're a trucker, I think you know the southern route. And the southern route would be taking Interstate 40 across the southern half of the United States. It will still be snowy in some places, but not as severe as going through the Rocky Mountains, where you're up at 9,000 feet elevation, between 9 and 10,000 feet elevation during the winter. Down to just around above between 4 and 5,000 feet of elevation.
Yes, we're going to Flagstaff.
And Flagstaff is at 7,000 feet elevation. Parts of Flagstaff is at 7,000 feet elevation.
I gotta get me a different shirt.
That's right. You gotta get yourself a different shirt when we go there. And we'll talk about details on that trip as we do a live stream. But yeah, basically we're gonna wrap up this video right now. I know it's a little long, but anything that if you guys plan out there for vacations, trips, whatever, if something always can go wrong. Even just going down to a corner grocery store can end in a disaster. No matter how well you plan it, it can always enter in some form of disaster or some form of fiasco.
Yep.
And that. So that's basically what we are aware of. Every time we plan.
We are aware of our surroundings.
And also be aware of your surroundings too, especially when we're going to places, new territories, new places. Even we're going back to Vegas for our vacation in November.
I'm actually going to do the bridge.
But we're still going to have to be more vigilant of our surroundings of what the recent events that's going on right now. Even it is during summertime, but you just never know. On other days, it could be worse then. Who knows?
Right. I'm doing the bridge, right?
You're doing the bridge. That's right. What happened to the bridge collapse when we were on it?
I hope not.
You hope not. Okay. Yeah, that could be an afterthought, too. That'd be a long way down. Way down to the bottom. Yeah, that'd be a long way down, and it's going to leave a mark. If that bridge collapses, it's going to leave a mark. A permanent mark. And that. I don't think we'll survive that one.
No, I don't either. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want it to happen. I want you to make that bridge. I want to be proud, make that bridge, make that walk so you see that oh my God moment. And I said, oh my God, the bridge just collapsed. Okay, none of that shenanigans because we don't want to make fun of something that could happen. Seriously could happen. We're tired of this video because Angie just yawned. All right, let's wrap this up. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. Angie, miss you again.
I'm getting over my sore throat.
And we're out of here. See you later.